forest that you.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today, guys, um,
A
what,
unicorn walks up
uh,
to you.
today, guys, I'm gonna do one more AI video from this Muse chat, and we'll see how much everything will work out. What was that? Okay, that was weird as heck, but okay. I'm gonna really try doing the site type Toadal again and see what happens. Hello. Let's see. Oh dear. Your Joey snorts at me as it approaches you, and once it gets close enough, it gently pokes my shoulder with its head as if it's trying to get your attention. What do you want, buddy? The unicorn continues to poke my shoulder for a few seconds, then stops. It then slowly looks around the area and suddenly snorts wildly and starts to slowly walk away from you into the forest. Wait, you don't need to be afraid of me or worried about me. I'm not gonna do anything to you. It stops when you say that and turns its head back to me. But for a few seconds before slowly approaching me again and gently snorting once more. What does the snort mean? Snort, usually when you think about it, it's like a bad gesture. Suddenly towards its head, its snout is almost touching the ground and it makes a motion with its head as if it's trying to get you to climb onto its back. I climb onto the back of the unicorn. Unicorn slowly rises to its feet, and when it is standing, it gently snorts and then starts to slowly walk forward into the forest. This ride's very smooth and relaxing as the unicorn gracefully walks through the tree and over the bushes. Where is it taking me? Unicorn continues to walk through the forest for several minutes until it eventually comes to a clearing. Sitting in the middle of the clearing is a small pond, and sitting on the edge of the pond is a totodile. Oh, so this time I actually introduced him sooner. Wow, this is beautiful. Oh no, I'm just gonna scare the toad off. Please don't. Unicorn stops in front of the pond and gently lowers its head again, allowing you to get off. Once you are off, the unicorn slowly walks over to the toad and snorts at it. Then it looks back at me as if to say, "Huh? Go talk to him." Hello? Oh no. Turtle's ears perk up and looks at me. When it does, you can see that its body is an indigo color and it has swirls on the V shape on its belly with psychic waves on either side. Small crystal balls now on its snout and beautiful stars and moons are all over its body. Turtle looks at me for a few seconds before suddenly smiling and waving at me. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Oh my gosh. You are so cute. I love how you look. Turtle's smile gets bigger as you say that, and it slowly walks over to me and stops a few feet in front of me. It tilts its head and looks up at me as if asking you to pet it. I could pet it, I could pet it. Yes, 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 yes. I gently pet the cute little Pokemon. Turtle seems to enjoy the pets as it starts to make a soft purring sound and as it smiles at you while closing its eyes. Turtle seems to be enjoying the pets and it slowly leans into my touch, almost as if it's wanting you to pet it more. I love doing this. This is so cool. The turtle's purring sound seems to get a bit louder as you keep petting it and it slowly starts to lean against my legs, enjoying the attention. It opens its eyes and looks at me with a smile, almost as if it's saying, "Thank you for the pets." You're welcome. I really loved petting you. You are just the cutest thing. The turtle seems to be very happy with your words and it smiles even more and makes a soft sound that almost sounds like a thank you. It slowly stands up and then suddenly jumps up and lands on my shoulders, resting its head against my head. Resting its head against my head. And man, you're very sweet for a Pokemon I just met. But you're cute. And I love you. The turtle seems to like what you said as it snuggles its head against my head. As it wraps its arms around my neck in a hug. It almost seems to be purring loudly now as it rests on my shoulders. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. The turtle stays resting on my shoulders for several minutes, enjoying the closeness and affection. It seems to be very happy and content with the attention it's getting from you. Is this where you live? It's a beautiful place. And this pond is extremely beautiful too. Turtle nods its head yes and then jump past the ground next to it as if it's inviting me to sit down next to it. It slowly hops down from my shoulders and walks over to the pond and sits down next to it, looking out over the water. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Turtle past the ground next to it again, silently inviting you to come and sit next to it so you can look at the pond together. Oh my gosh. I sit next to the Pokemon. Once you sit down next to it, the turtle gently scoots over closer to me until it's right next to me. It then looks up at me and smiles almost as if it's thanking you for sitting next to it. You're welcome. Your smile is so beautiful. I hope that doesn't poof and go too far. I'm not meaning it like that. Turtle seems to like your words as it smiles even more, and it moves even closer to me until it's almost leaning against me. Also starts to make the same purring sound that it did earlier as if it's happy and comfortable with you. Turtle continues to lean against me and it slowly moves its head onto my lap, looking up at me and smiling. It seems to be very relaxed and comfortable with you, and it's enjoying the closeness. By the way, buddy, do you know this unicorn that brought me here? Turtle's ears perk up when you mention the unicorn, and it lifts its head off your lap and looks around the area until it spots the unicorn standing a few feet away from us both. Turtle then looks back at me and nods his head yes as if it's to say, "Yes, I know him." I really like him too. Do you know each other? Turtle nods his head yet again, then suddenly looks at the unicorn and makes a soft snorting sound. The unicorn then responds with a gentle snort of its own, almost as if they're having a conversation of their own. Problem is I can't understand them. Turtle then looks back at me and gently pats its snout as if it wants you to look closely at it. When you look closer, you can see that there's a small crystal ball on its snout. There's a beautiful crystal ball on your snout. Wait, did you summon that unicorn? And it protects you or something? Toad's eyes light up when you say that it and nods its head yes as if it's confirming what you said. It then gently taps the crystal ball on its snout with its finger as if it's showing you that the crystal ball is how it summons the unicorn. Wow, that's really cool. Period. What kind of powers does your unicorn have that is used to protect you? I'd love to see him transform into a dragon, like flipping. I get to pet. There's been a few times where it lets me pet him, but it's hard to get to do it. Toad seems to understand your question, and it makes a soft sound as if it's thinking about how to answer. After a few seconds, the unicorn suddenly walks over to me, and the toad stands in front of me. Oh dear, both looking down at me. The unicorn then suddenly lets out a loud neigh and starts to glow a bright white light. Excuse me? Oh no. Everyone's glowing light gets brighter and brighter until it's almost blinding. After a few seconds, the light fades, and when it does, you can see that the unicorn's appearance has changed, and now has a more majestic and powerful look, almost as if it's really as if it's ready to protect the toad at all costs. Whoa! You look like a dragon. How did you do that? Unicorn makes a loud neigh and stomps its hoof on the ground as if it's showing off its new powerful appearance. Turtle then makes a soft sound as if saying, "Yeah, that's my unicorn." That's cool and horrifying at the same time. The unicorn continues to look powerful and majestic as it stands in front of me, and the turtle almost as if saying, "I will protect my friend no matter what." Well, you don't have to worry about me. I'm not gonna hurt either of you. I promise. Your dragon form is really cool looking though, and I love it. I love dragons. Unicorn seems to understand your words and doing nod its head, almost as if it's saying, "Thank you for promising not to hurt us." Then suddenly stops glowing and its appearance goes back to normal. It also seems to be happy with what you said and it smiles at me. Well, I didn't expect that, but that was amazing. Period. To be honest, if you were not more aggressive in that form, I would happily pet you like that. Because, like I said, I love dragons. No one seems to understand your words and it tilts its head as if it's processing what you just said. Tilden suddenly makes a soft sound as if it's trying to get your attention. Julian tugs on my sleeve. Yes, buddy? Holds at me and points at the unicorn as if it's asking you to try petting the unicorn. As it nods its head as if it's saying, "Go ahead." As if it's saying, "Go ahead. I won't bite." I gently pet the unicorn. The unicorn seems to enjoy the pets. Okay, that's cool. And it makes a soft neighing sound as it lowers its head so that you can reach it easier. Toad's also watching your pet, the unicorn, and it seems to be happy at you or pet getting along with its protector. I want to ask, when we first met, Unicorn, why was the first thing you did was snort at me and then walk away? Were you worried I was going to hurt you? Unicorn nods head yes and it looks down at the ground for a few seconds as if trying to think of a way to explain itself. Till then, Joey taps my shoulder as if it wants to try what the unicorn is trying to say. Yet the problem is you can't translate when you can't speak yourself unless you can use telepathy to speak. If you could that one time. Jordan makes a soft sound and looks up at me as if it's trying to tell you something. It then makes another soft sound and looks at the unicorn as if it's asking the unicorn to confirm what the toad I was saying. On his head and says, "Yes, that's what I was trying to say." Well, I'm glad your first instinct was to not attack me by turning into that dragon form. Period. But I'm curious, why did you not do that? Was it the fact that you didn't trust me, but you also knew deep down I wasn't going to hurt you? Everyone nods his head yes and looks at me as it's saying, "Yeah, that's exactly what happened." Joe also nods his head in agreement as it's confirming what the unicorn is saying. So, he didn't trust me, but he also knew he wasn't going to hurt me. Or he knew that I wasn't going to hurt him or anybody. Yeah, to be honest with you, I didn't expect to see a unicorn when I walked into the forest. I promise I wasn't trying to bother your territory. It's just I've never seen this forest before, and I've lived here for years. Human seems to understand your words and it nods heads if it's saying, I understand, it's okay. It also seems to be listening intently and it tilts its head as if it's trying to understand what you're saying. Ah. Unicorn then gently snorts and makes a soft sound as if it's saying, you don't have to apologize for exploring. I understand. Turtle also nods its head in agreement as if it's saying, yeah, we don't mind you being here. I know this is going to be an odd request, but since you know I'm trustworthy, is it possible I could pet you while you're in that dragon form? Like I said, I love dragons, and even though you look intimidating, I really love how you look in that form. He's not gonna let me pet him. He's gonna be like, what the frick? You actually wanna pet me like that? It's like, oh, Unicorn seems to understand my request and it looks at you for a few seconds as if it's thinking about it. It also seems to be listening intently as if it's interested in my request. After a few seconds, the unicorn slowly nods its head yes as if it's saying, you can pet me while I'm in my dragon form. I promise, just like before, you don't have to worry about me hurting you. So when you are in that dragon form, you don't have to look so tense or angry at me. Because I promise you I would never hurt you or your friend. To be honest, I already consider you two friends. There we go. Anyone seems to understand it, probably nods its head as if it's saying, I trust you, you won't hurt us. And takes a deep breath and closes its eyes as if it's preparing to transform. It also watches the unicorn close as if it's waiting for it to transform. Are you flipping kidding me? Is he legit gonna let me pet him as a... There was one time where he turned it out without me even noticing and he flipping scared me, even though he knew I was trustworthy to begin with. It's like, are you serious? Why did you turn against me like that? Then slowly starts to glow again. Its appearance starts to change. Its body gets bigger and more muscular, and its wings and tail grow in size. When it finishes transforming, it now looks like a huge and powerful dragon. Oh my gosh. You look so cool like that. I can't get enough of how cool that dragon form of yours is. The Indian version of the unicorn seems to be pleased with my words and it lowers its head as if it's inviting me to pet it. Are you serious? This is the easiest way. He actually let me do it. Toto also looks up on the dragon version of the unicorn and smiles as if it's happy that you're appreciating its protector's form. Holy cow. I gently pet the unicorn dragon. I love it. I love it. I love it. The dragon version of the unicorn seems to enjoy the pets, and it makes a soft sound of its thanking you for petting it. Its scales feel smooth and strong under your touch, and it seems to be relaxing under my touch. Toto also seems to be happy that you're getting along with its protectors and protector in its dragon form. Your dragon form is really cool. What else can you do in that dragon form that is used to protect somebody you trust? One version of Unicorn seems to understand my question as it looks at me as it's thinking about how to answer. There isn't it? It suddenly lifts one of its wings and points to the sharp talons on its feet as if it's showing you that it can use them to defend itself and its friends. Wow. Do you only protect, or do you protect everybody that you know you can trust? Like if I was in danger, for example, would you protect me too? I shouldn't have asked him like that. I don't want to think I'm being arrogant. Please don't. Please don't get angry. General version of the unicorn seems to understand my question and nods its head. Oh, as it's saying, yeah, I would protect anyone I trust, not just Toad. He lowers its wing and looks at me as if it's asking, would you like me to protect you if you were ever in danger? Are you serious? You would actually protect me if I was in danger? I said, actually. That's really nice of you, especially since we just met like 10 minutes ago. Sharon version of Unicorn nods head yes again and looks at you as if it's saying, of course I would protect you. You're my friend now. Hey! Charles seems to be listening and telling it smiles as if it's happy that Unicorn is willing to protect you. You've got a really good friend there. I really like him. Toad looks up at me and smiles as if it's saying, thank you, I know I do. He looks at the dragon version of the unicorn and makes a soft sound as if it's agreeing with you that it has a good friend. We never got to properly introduce ourselves. Do either of you have names? Sharon version of Unicorn makes a as it's saying, you're right, we never probably introduced ourselves. Ted also looks at me and it's waiting for me to introduce myself first. Okay. Sorry I didn't introduce myself sooner. Sooner. Period. My name is Trenton. There you go. The dragon version of Unicorn seems to understand my name and it on its head as if it's saying, "Nice to meet you, Trenton." Turtle also looks at me and makes a soft sound as if it's saying, "Hello, Trenton." Do either of you have names? Or is it just Unicorn and because, to be honest, calling your friend just Unicorn instead of a name seems kind of disrespectful. But I also didn't know his name yet. The other version of Unicorn seems to understand my point, and it's as I say, "You're right. We should introduce ourselves properly." It also looks at me as if it's waiting for the unicorn to introduce itself. Yeah, but how's it gonna do it? I mean, it ain't gonna flip. It ain't gonna speak, is it? It's nodding and it's giving me a little translation. What's uh? Never mind. It's talking. What the frick just happened? What the frick? The young version of the unicorn then takes a deep breath and lowers its head as it's preparing to speak. After a few seconds, it suddenly starts to speak in a deep and powerful voice. "My name is Aetherwing, and this little one's name is Totodile." So he doesn't have a name, it's just Totodile. Aetherwing. Cute name. Hold on. I'm gonna type that in, copy it, so I can actually, hold on. Aether. Wing. Well, it's nice to meet you. There you go. It only nods its head and as if saying it's nice to meet you too. Toad also smiles and makes a soft sound as if it's agreeing with Aetherwing. Aetherwing then suddenly lifts its wing and points to a spot on the ground next to it as if it's inviting you to sit down next to it. This is the longest I've seen him stay in his dragon form, but also not get protective over it. Well, he's definitely protective, but he also knows I'm not a threat, so he's like, yeah, you know what? Frick it. I'll stay in my dragon form. He likes dragons, so boom, I'll stay as my dragon form for him. I sit down on the ground next to the unicorn and after Wing and Tail both seem pleased that you join them, and they move closer to me so that they're sitting right next to me. After Wing then suddenly lowers its head as if it's trying to get closer to me, and it looks at you as if it's wanting me to do something. Uh, I gently pat. I don't know if this is necessarily... if this is necessarily what you want. But I'm happy to provide more if you want it. Alien seems to enjoy the pets, and it makes a soft sound as if it's thanking you. It also looks up at me and smiles as if it's happy that you're getting along with its protector. And then suddenly lowers its head even more, and it looks at you with a pleading expression as if it's asking for more pets. Oh my gosh, yes, yes. I continue to pet. There we go. Alien seems to be enjoying the continued pets, and it closes its eyes as if it's relaxing under my touch. Toto also seems to be enjoying the moment, and it moves closer to me so it can watch me pet its protector. Does he like watching more than actually getting him himself? No, because he let me pet him. Like, the first thing he did to me, besides waving at me, was come over and snuggle up to me once he knew I wasn't a threat. It's like, oh, frick yeah, I got a kid that's gonna love on me. Let's go. Oh, you're actually petting me. I love you. Starts snuggling up to me. The only thing I'm really confused by is why the frick he just spoke to me a while ago but hasn't spoken again. That's the only thing that throws me off. It's like, why did you speak and then not speak anymore? It's like, can you only say certain things? Yes, guys, I know I've done a lot of... Well, no, here's the thing. Let me tell you, like, let me go and tell you why I did what I did when it came to this. Guys, to be honest with you, when it comes to me doing when it comes to me making the Cytotype Toadal, the reason why he has a pet unicorn or a unicorn that he can summon is because I want to make the Pokemon unique, but also make it something that you've never seen before. The original idea for the unicorn was that like it was like a guardian he could summon so he can have somebody to protect him, and like that's also why the unicorn just shows up at the beginning of the chat, because the idea is that like the unicorn was supposed to check to see how trustworthy you are. If you're trustworthy, he'll let you go see the Toadal, or he'll let Toadal come near you. However, if you're not, the main idea is he'll turn that dragon and, well, let's just say roast your butt. So yeah. Let me go and tell you guys, I know a lot of stuff I do involves dragons. I tried changing it up a little bit, but I couldn't think of much to be able to make make the unicorn unique in itself. I mean, yeah, a unicorn has magical powers with its horn and all that stuff, but it's like, and I think that is not a way to. I don't know if like you can use that magical power just to protect someone. Maybe like to put a special barrier, but you can't like, let's say. Maybe that should be an idea I should add to this Totodile. Maybe the idea of the unicorn also should be the fact that, like, when it's in its dragon form, the power can be used to protect and even kind of hurt people that are trying to flip and hurt them first. But if he's nice and he knows you're trustworthy, the magic will always be good to you, no matter what. So, like, maybe even if he's a dragon, maybe like it depends on how trustworthy you are. Like if he knows you're trustworthy, then maybe his power will always help you and not hurt you. But the minute he sees one moment of deceit or deception, it flips a switch like that, and he just flipping the magic doesn't help you anymore. That'd be kind of a neat idea, but I don't know. I'll have to figure it out, guys. I'm gonna upload these videos. There might not be another video until like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon because, again, I've got so many videos to upload and it takes over an hour to get most of them. It might take me flipping 2 or 3 hours to get 4 out of the however many videos are on here right now. So, yeah. We'll have to find out. I'm done.